Hello, hello, it's Alien Baby Gamer. You can call me Emmy. Welcome to my channel. So today I am building a Cape Cod style home in Brindleton Bay. This home is for 5 Sims. So there's a working mom who is probably a botanist. I end up putting a microscope in the converted garage area, so that's kind of what I'm imagining her job is, to work in some sort of science career. And then they have a stay-at-home partner and their 3 children. So there's a teen, a child, and a toddler living here. And they're definitely pretty well off. Lots of space in the home for just huge living spaces. They have a beautiful yard, separate laundry room, and yeah, I love how this house turned out. It feels very, in my mind, it feels very Brindleton Bay, very New England style. Even though they're quite well-off family and definitely have a lot of money to be having a house this big, I wanted it to feel very cozy and lived in, and like this is really a family space, a family home that is very well loved and taken care of, and not at all, get famous gold toilet vibes, but very much, beautiful New England style lake house with a stunning view and lots of room for hobbies and pets. They do have 2 pets. I put in some items for both a cat and a dog, just because I feel like that's really the type of family they are. They've got, both of the types of pets. So yeah, here I am kind of putting on some finishing details, kind of sussing out the window situation. I really did want to lean into the cats and dogs, windows and doors, as well as fences, because they're just beautiful, and I think they really tie this build into the world and make it look like it really belongs here. So I did try to use all cats and dogs windows, except for here in the front where I'm putting on these shutters. I did use a real life reference just to figure out the floor plan and kind of the smaller details, because I don't live in New England, so these houses are a little foreign to me. I've never been inside a Cape Cod style house, so yeah, and the references I used had these big beautiful shuttered windows in the front, so I wanted to keep that detail, and then with the rest of the windows I just kind of wanted to keep the cats and dogs style going here. But yeah, and I did love this big picture window in the back. I think of course it makes sense to me that they would have such a large window in the back, because that view is just stunning. And here I am adding a gazebo. I think so many of the EA builds in this world go so hard with the porches and the gazebos, and I kind of love that. It feels very over the top for me, but I kind of love it. So I definitely wanted to add some details like that really kept it cohesive and kind of true to how EA kind of envisioned Brindleton Bay looking, but just fixed a little bit, a little less exaggerated. They definitely have still got the front and back porch plus a gazebo, so I feel like that's plenty. Here I am kind of experimenting with the colors here. I wasn't sure what kind of vibes I wanted to go for, so I did struggle with the painting a little bit, and here is about where I realized that the roof was not working, and I did have to end up deleting it. So yep, I realized that there was these huge like unchangeable walls. I don't even know what I did, but I had to delete those because it just wasn't letting me. It was like part of the roof was indoors or something. So finally I figured out sort of a solution. It doesn't have the very like it doesn't exactly have the New England vibes that I was going for, but I need to really practice roofing and figure it out. But you know, it looks passable in my opinion. I might go back and change it later. But I really do love where we ended up here with the outdoor color palette. I'm just obsessed with the contrast here with the shutters. I think that's lovely, such a lovely touch. And finally we're inside furnishing. So this is the parents' bedroom. I feel like for the size of the house, the parents having such a huge bedroom suite makes so much sense to me. And I kind of love that for them, you know, like they deserve it. They deserve this space. So, and I wanted to kind of, again, go for a very eclectic and cozy feel. Like I didn't think that these people would have just like a very like clean slate rich people home. I feel like they'd have a very cluttered, full of antiques kind of home. So yeah, I love the cozy vibes of the parents' bedroom. I mean, really, this is kind of a dream bedroom for me. And here I've got to zoom in on that cottage living painting because I hadn't seen it before, but I decided to delete it. And here we've moved on to the study. Also, just so sorry for people who want me to paint the walls first. I will eventually paint the walls, but I've just always built like this, where I kind of go back and choose later the wallpaper and flooring and those kind of things. I wanted to make sure the living room, I wanted to make the living room choices first for that kind of decor. But I kind of love the idea that this type of family would have a separate office and chessboard. I so often play in small homes, so it's really nice to have actual space for a separate office and just have the room to have all of their hobbies, you know, like especially the microscope. I mean, I don't think I've ever put a microscope in a build, and I somehow managed to fit it in here. So very, very nice, very refreshing to build such a large home for me. And finally realizing that curtains exist. I so often forget to add curtains in the Sims build. So moving on to the kitchen, I really love how this space turned out. I think it's one of my favorite rooms. I did struggle a lot with the color palette and trying to figure out the shape of the counters, how I wanted them to sit. So you'll definitely see me changing these swatches a little bit, and here I struggle with trying to mesh the island into the counters because I just wanted it to be perfectly seamless. Eventually I will figure it out. But I started going down this kind of white and blue route, and it just ended up feeling a little sterile to me. So there's a few iterations here of of the color of the cabinets. But especially once I started putting on the upper cabinets, and kind of trying to see the different swatches, those different like fabric swatches and the different little items that are included on the cabinets. Oh god, I don't know if bright pink is the move, you know? Some of these are just bright pink, bright yellow, turquoise, so I think we ended up here in a good place with the navy blue with the white fabric and the yellow. It definitely feels more eclectic, more cozy than the white was feeling a bit too sterile, a bit boring. And I think this family has a lot more personality than that and really loves color, so I'm really happy with the kitchen. Definitely dream kitchen here. Moving on to the dining room, I realized a bit too late that I built this little bump out too large for a window seat, like one of the Sims window seats. So that was the original plan, was to kind of have a built-in like breakfast nook, but that did not work out, and I was kind of too far into the build to go back and change it. So I ended up here with this, just repeating the bench from the parents' room, and I actually really love it. I think it looks really nice, very country, very cozy again, and just wouldn't it be so lovely to eat breakfast there and then look out over the lake in Brindleton Bay? Just wow. Or the ocean, is it? I don't know if it's supposed to be the ocean or a lake, but I love it, and I think that would just be so relaxing. And here in the living room, I was eyeing a little, trying to get some cats and dogs furniture in there, but I ended up going with a tufted leather sofa, and that is from Cottage Living. And I just got Cottage Living, so I'm just kind of figuring out those items, and gosh, they're beautiful. So pretty much the whole living room is Cottage Living, except I think that rug is Strangerville. But yeah, I mean, gosh, I just love this whole house. I think it's just a really fun mix of like old-fashioned, like, oh, these people definitely either had this stuff handed down, or kind of maybe they enjoy antiquing and have kind of found all of these beautiful treasures that have come together in such a kind of quirky way. Maybe they've got some Zooey Deschanel vibes. I don't know. I haven't built the family yet, or I haven't made the family yet in cast, so maybe we can go for some Zooey Deschanel, Jessica Day vibes for the mom. I think that could definitely fit her personality. Oh, and finally I'm putting in some flooring. I know it looks so naked before adding that stuff, but I struggled a bit with the kitchen tiles, but ultimately I'm kind of obsessed with these kind of vintagey, colorful, like checkerboard pattern. I kind of love that. So, and I think it contrasted so lovely with the light blue and the navy. So really just happy with that, how that turned out. I've got to go back, and this is where I kind of start realizing, hey, these people kind of need some pets, don't they? They're definitely giving me pet owner vibes. So here I go, kind of getting into the bathrooms now. Struggled a little bit with the layout because I kind of really wanted a bathtub in this room, but I think I ended up putting it upstairs, which kind of makes more sense for gameplay anyway, because that's where the toddler bedroom is. So I just used a little shelf for filler and some popping up some decor here. I wanted to keep the contrast that I used in the kitchen with the blue and bring that into the bathroom as well, and I think that turned out really beautiful. And yeah, again, just when picking the wallpaper, I just really wanted it to feel very cozy and warm, and I think the yellow in the parents' room was a really nice choice for that, to just, you know, have some nice warm lighting when the what am I trying to say? To give it a warm, cozy feel. And here the parents' bathroom suite is just gigantic. Very jealous. Their bathroom is probably as big as my current bedroom. So this was very fun. A little difficult to furnish and figure out, like, well, there's a lot of empty space in this bathroom, isn't there? But I kind of love it. I love the bouginess of two closets, a double closet, and then you've got this huge bathroom suite with the little jacuzzi tub. Like, wow, that is some bougie energy there. Over on this side, on the right side here from the back of the house is, in the floor plan that I was referencing, was originally a garage, and you know, I feel like that kind of fits in The Sims, where I kind of wanted to keep it as a room that I thought they would have renovated, so maybe they don't need the garage and have kind of turned it into like a more of a hobby space. I do end up putting a couple things in there, but I think that that's a really nice flexible space. So if you wanted to download this house and your Sims have different hobbies, it could end up being a gym, or have more sciencey things. put in a little art studio, or it could definitely lend itself well to multi-generational living. So if you wanted to build a little grandma's room or something in there, maybe an aunt or an uncle, that would be just so cute. And here I am getting kind of into the entryway. Love a good sideboard with a mirror over it, of course, classic entryway. Furnishings. Love the idea of the chicken, kind of embracing the the cottage living items that I was using before, and bringing that in. And I had to go back into the kitchen and add those little dog treats too. Off of the converted garage area, I put in a full laundry room, and I put in a lot of cabinets and this really, really cute laundry day shelf. I'm kind of obsessed with that item. I don't think I've ever used it, but very cute. I'll definitely keep using it. Anyway, I ended up putting in a lot of cabinetry, and I think that it would make a lot of sense if this was a laundry room / pantry. But also the room next to it that I end up using as a storage room, I think could be a very cute pantry as well, or even another bathroom if you really want some bougie Sims with 4 bathrooms. For gameplay, that might be nice to turn that into a bathroom. And here I'm finally adding some more pet things. There's the little cat box, and I like adding these little food details on the counter. Okay, so moving upstairs, I really wanted to keep this as just the kids' space. So they've got their own bathroom, and I kind of just cut that out because it's the same items as before, just with a tub and toddler potty. So this is the toddler's room, And I kind of love this room. I'm jealous. I want this for my baby, for my toddler, my future kid. It has very cute rustic, like foresty energy, and I am kind of in love with it. This is not the usual route I take for toddlers. I tend to play on short lifespan, so kind of don't really decorate toddler rooms very often, but this is so cute. I love the new cottage living wallpaper is stunning, and I think just absolutely perfect for kids' rooms. So I do love how that felt in that room. Like, it was just very much went with the rustic forest theme. It just looked really cozy, and with the little bear chair. And now this second room is the child age kids room, and kind of figured she was very girly, very, like, you know, classic middle child princess energy. Maybe the only girl, so she's got a really a little spoiled because of that. Gotta dial up the pink a little bit. But this is, I mean, this was the dream, wasn't it? as a kid, having this cute little room like this. And I loved giving the older kids a little bit more personality in their rooms, a little more clutter and things. I did build a playroom for them at the end of the hallway, so that's why I didn't really include a lot of the toddler toys and things in the toddler's room, but I did want to include kind of some kid clutter in the kids' room and the teens' room. And here I am again using the cottage living wallpapers. Classic. Finally moving on to the teens' room. I struggled a little bit here trying to figure out the vibes that I was going for. I tried a little bit to stick a desk and get it to fit in this little tiny nook. I thought maybe they would do their homework on it, but I ended up kind of going with a teen who really likes music and movies. So there's the piano. I put a little guitar in there for them as well, and I just think that that's such a cool teen, you know? They've got such cool hobbies. This weird bookshelf, it's so low. I wanted to put it over the dresser, and I didn't realize that one was so low to the ground, so had to put it on the other side of the room. But here I'm just adding a little clutter, trying to get some books around the place. I think this kid really loves, I guess, just media in general. They've got music, movie posters, they've got a ton of books just all over their room. Definitely reminds me of a cooler version of me. And here I am with this is the playroom, and so here I finally add all of the toddler toys and one of the kids' like little crafting tables and a toy box. The dream home decorator little tent thing is so cute and so useful for gameplay. That really changed the game for for toddlers and leveling up that like imagination skill and such. Great item. I really love that. So yeah, this is another, I think, instance where if you were to download this would be a great like fourth child bedroom. Maybe an extra bathroom could fit here, or again, if you wanted to go with generational living, you know, grandparents, aunt or uncle, something like that would fit here. Maybe this could even be a really great like legacy challenge house, just because there's so much space for adding adding additional bedrooms if needed, and if not needed, then all of the skill items. I always love when I get a chance to just fit all of those things. So here I am with the I kind of go back and forth a little bit here with the converted garage space. I wanted it to still feel like a garage, and maybe that like it wasn't necessarily like a finished space, like a finished living space, and more of just like they got rid of the outer door and, you know, have painted it but haven't really they didn't like convert it into a second living room or anything, which would be another great use if you wanted to change it up a little bit, have just a second like informal living space. That space off of the kitchen that I just showed was originally meant to be a kind of formal dining room, but I kind of didn't feel those vibes from this family. I didn't think that they would really use it like that, because they have the bar seating already and like the little informal dining space, like breakfast nook. So I went with like a little game room, and I think that's really nice. Here is the final house. It's really cute. Gosh, it's like I forgot what it looked like for a second. I did end up cutting out the like the landscaping portion because the video is just going to be so long if I left it in. But I do love how lush it looks, and I love how they've got like a big pool in the back, and the gazebo looks lovely. And I put a few little benches and a grill out there for them. But yeah, inside here we've got the kitchen and the game room. Just obsessed with that tile. And we've got the dining room and the laundry room, the little storage room. You can see I added a few garden beds outside, and I think that really fits with the mom being a botanist. There's definitely she could definitely have a few other jobs, but I think botanist is really what I'm seeing here for her. And I kind of loved putting the extra little decor items in the living room, the lighthouse picture and the little like the sailboat. I think that just has such classic like New England lake house vibes. So really happy with those items. I think they just look so great. Here I am being jealous of the huge bathroom again. And going upstairs, all of the kids' rooms. And I did add a few like hallway runners and things like that to cozy up the upper hallway, just because, you know, it's winter. You want in winter you want a little nice cozy little rug moment on the wood floors. There's the teens room and the playroom. Yeah, so plenty of space to have their skills, fitness, logic, all of that. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the build, and if you want to see more speed builds, I'm planning on doing some let's plays and that kind of thing. So definitely like, subscribe, stick around. Love to chat with you in the comments if you have any thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.